after that, like the money wasn't good enough to where I can come back home and not have to work again. So to me, that was like my metric. I was like, because I got homies that like my cousin play in EuroLeague now for Milano.
My guy.
Shout out Zach.
I'm gonna get your ass on here, Zach. I swear to God,
he would love to.
I'm waiting for your ass to touch down. I'm already on it.
But all that to say is, when he got to a point where he probably don't have to work the rest of his life. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like if it was that situation, you could probably stomach it because you can come back and like start a whole new life with bread on your hands and everything. But for me, it's like I had to come back. I had to figure out something else to do. And I was like, that's just not. It's not really worth it. I'm putting like all my like focus, attention to detail, all my time into this. But like, what kind of payment am I getting back?
Immediately, yeah, for sure. Not.
But and then also, I mean, the fortunate part of that is I had like the alternative. Like I already had a master's degree, so I can leave here and make probably double what I'm making here, and then that's only going to increase from here. Like I'm only going to be able to hoop for a certain amount of time, then I got to stop and start over again. Mm-hmm. So why not start one way and the other way? But I mean, that's just like one perspective of it, right? I mean, like I said before, I was fortunate enough to see like different avenues and know like what someone will pay you, how much it will take to get here versus this lane. So for me, it just is like a logical decision. And I think the one that I don't want to admit, but was definitely a big factor, like my girl was back here, we were doing long distance. So I'm like, I'd rather just be with her. Oh. And now we engaged.
Oh my God. Oh, okay. All right. That was cool. That warmed my heart.
Baby, man.
My man's, I hope you don't think I'm clipping that. I ain't clipping that shit. She's going to have to watch the video and find it like everybody else.
She gotta
go. All right, cool. Anyways, that's dope, bro. So for me, like I said, when we met, I was getting back into the whole basketball game. Right. So like I'm willing to admit that I did not take school seriously, guys. Admittedly, so I did not take my education as seriously as our guy Austin over here. So right, wrong, or indifferent, I didn't have that many options when it comes to like academic things to get into. If that is it. I always had like. I could always make money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I could always make a little change. If I need to make some change, I can make some change.
Anybody in the federal government that's listening to this is a joke, and I promise you he is not serious about any illegal activity for consumption. Thank you.
No, I'm talking about selling plates, bro. I used to sell plates, gang. Damn. Where
China
you
dishes?
Going? No, brother. Food plates, man.
So, like,
I used to have my own food truck and all that good stuff.
Little, like, vintage, like, dishes that like got like the China dishes with like the design on them. That's what you was playing, the plates like that.
No, because people use that as a tax write-offs, art, drug dealing. Don't think I didn't know that. You think I know that?
You keep diving back into this drug game, bro.
I never said drugs. You said drugs.
I'm not involved with anything you talking about. I don't know nothing.
Anyways, bro, but when around that time, I felt like I didn't feel like I was more eager to try and attempt and try again and fail again and try again, just because like I didn't have that many skills that I was confident in.
You know, I feel that.
A different space and all that good shit. That's just different now. Like now that I've been doing it for a little bit now, and I've gotten paid. I've gotten paid pretty well the last place I played and all that good stuff. But now that I got that, now that I've done that, it's almost one of those things you check off your list.
Exactly.
And now that I'm here, you see, I'm trying to do everything else under the sun now. I'm trying to get into the podcast space, the social media, and just try to figure out the next stage of what Tone wants to do type shit.
1000%.
And I figured you just did that shit a little bit earlier. You just did that shit.
Yeah, it's all a timing thing. My thing was like, if I'm looking at basketball like a vehicle, right? It's only a matter of time for the vehicle like end up like stopping on you. Yeah. Like I got to get a new car, I got to do something different, right? Mm-hmm. So I was like, why not in the like a car selling mind? Why not like sell it and switch to something before it goes out? We actually get some money for it. You know what I mean? But I think that's all dependent on, whenever, because when you're a hooper, like anybody who gets to a certain level, you had to dedicate pretty much your whole life to it. You ain't have time for other hobbies. You ain't have time barely had time to focus on school, really. You know what I mean? So,
keeping it a stack,
if you're being honest. But like that factor is like, it's hard for hoopers to kind of see if there's anything else that they would be interested in or even good enough at without starting it at the same age we started hoops. There's somebody playing the saxophone to start at that same age, he probably touring the country or some shit, you know what I mean? But also in the same lane, becoming like nearly a master in like one thing, like how could you switch out of that and start from scratch? That's almost like it's like it's like a psychiatric trauma in a sense. Like
sure.
you're just dropping, like you're just abandoning your mastership to do what, and you just had to start from the bottom. That's tough, and that's really hard for people to kind of come to grips with.
But I think Jeff T said on his last not his last podcast, a few podcasts back, is like the athlete dies 2 deaths, man. Like if you're a celebrated athlete, somebody who got the scholarships, went to the schools, you had the signs in the stands and all that good stuff, people celebrate you, and then once that ends, that's a death, man. You don't get you get used to that. You yearn for that type of shit, bro.
Exactly.
It's definitely a dope feeling. Like you said, you have to start over. What the hell am I good at? How do I even replicate that type of success or that type of that type of feeling?
And then on top of that, who is gonna, if you do have like that recognition for it, who is gonna recognize you for anything else besides your athletic career?
Man, bro.
How many people still reference like hoops to you when you're like, bro, I haven't done that, and like I'm doing 10 other things. Is this the only thing you ever like? You know what I mean?
That was the kind of the feeling I had with Thad on our interview. He's like, yeah, man, like or before the interview, because he does a lot of interviews or a lot of podcasts and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, I do other things besides hoop, bro. Like it's not just basketball. Today's episode is brought to us by ASG Socks, the only socks that I freaking wear every single day, Monday through Sunday, on the court and off the court. If you want to upgrade your sock lifestyle, go ahead and use my code Tuf Buckets at their website. I'm gonna put it all in the description below, all that good stuff. Use my code Tuf Buckets for buy 2 get 1 free, and anything over $35 is free shipping. Okay, go right now. Go buy the socks. Go buy the socks. Go buy the socks.
Tough bucket, boy.